My name is Chis Bosman, and I just finished up my internship at Pitchfork Media in Chicago. Pitchfork is a music review website specializing in independent music and underground music, and I was an editorial intern there. So I've been reading that website for a long time, and when it came time to find an internship, it seemed, because I'm interested in music of that type and because I'm interested in writing, it seemed like a natural fit. It started out with myself and Dr. Mateen discussing how I could tailor my application to what would be best suited for them. Since they are a music review site and they request writing samples, we decided to create some writing samples specifically tailored not only for a music review website, but specifically that music review website, which has its own distinct voice. I needed to know what was going on in the music industry, specifically my niche, Pitchfork's niche of the music industry, so I was even able to talk to these people about the current events and the things that they cared about and that the company cared about. By knowing what was going on, I was able to have intelligent conversations and say intelligent things about what was happening in that world. One of the more interesting things I got to do was I got to interview an artist by the name of Bibio, who was a British electronic music producer. I also got to write for the site and in an uncredited fashion for their forecasts, which were small news blurbs and small reviews of new songs by interesting artists. Was just an ability to think outside of the box, but in a way that applied to the environment that I was in. Classes with Mr. Hafner and Dr. Mateen taught us to think like entrepreneurs and to think in a creative fashion, and that those classes, even if they didn't directly apply to what I was doing, the principles that they taught me were definitely applicable in the situation that I was in. For instance, in a marketing class where we talked about corporate sponsorships and matching the sponsor to the artists on the tour and things like that. At Pitchfork, they have a relationship with ABC News, and one of the things that I suggested to Pitchfork was, while ABC News allows us to come onto their website and do reviews, that we could create a symbiotic relationship with ABC where we let a newscaster come on and report about a news story that was important to them and important to us. There was also a list of things that employers most disliked about new college graduates. I saw many of these traits in some of my coworkers, my co-interns at Pitchfork, and knowing those ahead of time helped me avoid those kind of pitfalls and traps, so that I was a better employee for them. They let me know that I was a better employee in that they allowed me to do more things than they let any of the other interns do. They trusted me with more information and allowed me to do more interesting things for them than the other interns. When asked to fill out my evaluation form at the end of the internship, my supervisor told me that I was one of the 3 best interns that Pitchfork had ever had. The thing that I would say would be to not be afraid of working hard. I have been reading Pitchfork for 9 years and had always wanted to work for them and to write for them. And because of the things I learned in the music industry program and because of the work that I put in, I was able to get that internship and able to work for them, and it turned out very well.